Hello, Primary 2. How are you today? Hope all of you are great and everything is okay. Today we are going to explain the last part on chapter 4, which is lesson 40, which is talking about add 4 two-digit numbers. But first, what the meaning of add 4 two-digit numbers? Let's see together. Here we have 4 addends or 4 numbers and we need to add them together. So the first step, we have to divide them in two groups first. So I will divide them in two groups and add each two groups together, then add the sum of the first group with the sum of the second group together and give us the final answer. For example, we have an easy example: 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 2. The first step, I'm going to divide them first into groups. So let's take the first group, 4 plus 5, this is group number 1, and 6 plus 2, which is group number 2. What the sum of group number 1, 4 plus 5 equals 9. So 9 is sum of the group number 1. And 6 plus 2 equals 8. 8 is the sum of the group number 2. Then we are going to add sum of group number 1 with sum of group number 2, then give us the final answer, which is 8 plus 9, which is 17. Maybe I divide them by, let's take 4 plus 6 and 5 plus 2, for example. If I take 4 plus 6, which is group number 1, and 5 plus 2, which is group number 2. The sum of group number 1, which is 10, 6 plus 4 equals 10. So sum of group number 1 is 10, and the sum of group number 2 is 2. Let's add 10 plus 7. 10 plus 7 equals what, guys? Equals 17, also the same answer. But to be easier, let's take the first two addends together in the group number 1 and the last two addends together in group number 2. To be more clear, let's go to the next example. 12 plus 29 plus 15 plus 28. What is the first step, guys? I will divide them excellent into groups. So I will take 12 plus 29 on the group number 1, 15 plus 28 in group number 2. So let's present now 12 plus 29. What are the first step? TO, TO, TO as usual. Let's represent the 12. So 1 on the 10, it will be 1 rectangular bar, 2 in the ones, 2 small square. Is it right? Excellent. Let's represent the 29. So 2 on the tens, 2 rectangular bar, 9 in the ones, 9 small square. Great job. Don't forget, we start adding the ones together. We start adding the ones together. So 2 plus 9. 2 plus 9 equals what? 2 plus 9 equals 11. So I'm going to represent the ones by 11 small square. Let's write 11 to remember. And now let's add the ones, the tens together. Here I have 1 and here I have 2. 1 plus 2 equals what? 1 plus 2 equals 3. So here I have 3 on the tens. But guys, look carefully with me. We mentioned before, can I leave the ones like 11? No, we have a very important note as we mentioned before. 10 ones equals 1 10. So if we collect 10 small square like that, here I have 11. So if I collect only 10 small square, I will cross them out. What shall I do? I will cross them out, then I present them by what? By 1 rectangular bar. Is it right? So here I will cross 10 small square and represent them by 1 rectangular bar. So now, how many small square do we have remaining now? I have only 1 on the ones. And how many rectangular bar do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's represent them here. Here I have 4 on the tens and 1 on the ones, which is 41. So 41 is the sum of the group number 1. Let's write it here, 41. So sum of group number 1, 12 plus 29 is 41. 41 is sum of group number 1. Let's go to the next group. Let's go. 15 plus 28. What are the first step? T-O, T-O, T-O as usual. Let's represent 15. 1 on the tens, 1 rectangular bar, 5 on the ones, 5 small square. Great job. Then 28. 2 on the tens, 2 rectangular bar, and 8 on the ones, 8 small squares. Don't forget, we start adding with the ones. So here I have 5 plus 8. 5 plus 8 equal what, guys? Equal 13. Excellent. So I'm going to draw 13 small square. And now let's add the tens together. 1 plus 2 equal 3. So here I have 3 on the tens. Look carefully with me. Here I have 13 and the ones. Can I leave the ones like 13? No. As we mentioned before, if we collect 10 ones, I will take them together, cross them out. So now I collect 13. I collect 10. Now I will collect them. So I will cross them out. Then I will represent them by what? Excellent. 1 rectangular bar. Is it right? Excellent, super. So, could you tell me now, how many small squares do we have remaining on the ones? 1, 2, 3. I have only 3 on the ones. And how many rectangular bar on the tens? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4. Let's represent sum of group number 2 here. 4 on the tens, so I have 4. 3 on the ones, so I have 3. So sum of 2, which is 43. This is sum of group number 2. The last step is to add sum of group number 1 with sum of group number 2. Here I have 4 plus 4. So here I have 8 on the tens. And 1 plus 3, which is 4. So here I have 4. So 41 plus 43 equals what, guys? What is the final answer? Which is 84. This is the final sum of the 4 addends. To be more clear, let's take an example of the booklet. Are you ready? Excellent. 11 plus 29 plus 15 plus 16. What are the first step? The first step, I'm going to divide them into groups as we mentioned before. So let's take the first group together, which is 11 plus 29. Let's take the first 2 groups together, and here I have 15 plus 16. Let's start the first addend together. So what is the first step? T-O, T-O, T-O as usual. 11, let's represent here. So I have 1 on the tens, 1 on the ones. And what about 29? 2 on the tens, 9 in the ones. Is it right? Okay. 1 on the tens, so how many rectangular bar? Excellent, 1. And what about 1 on the ones? Excellent, 1 small square. Here 2, so 2 rectangular bar and 9 small square. Don't forget, we start adding with the ones. So 1, we start adding with the ones. 1 plus 9 equals what? So here I'm going to draw 10 small square. So draw 10, then write 10. Now let's add the tens together. Here I have 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 equals what? Excellent, equal 3. So I'm going to write 3. But we mentioned before, can we leave tens like 10, the ones, sorry, by 10? No. So if we collect 10 small square from the ones, I will collect them together. Then I will represent them by 1 rectangular bar. So I'm going to cross them out. Excellent, I'm going to cross them out. Then I will represent them by 1 rectangular bar. Super, I will represent them by 1 rectangular bar. So now here, how many small square remaining on the ones? Now, do we have any remaining? No, it will be 0. Excellent. And how many rectangular bar do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4. So let's represent sum of group number 1 here, which is 40. 4 on the tens and 0 on the ones. We didn't have any small square on the ones. Okay, let's represent group number 2. Here I have 15 plus 26. What is the first step? TO, TO, TO as usual. Let's represent 15 and represent 16 together. 15, so 1 on the 10 as usual and 5 on the ones. Excellent. 16 also 1 on the tens and 6 on the ones. Don't forget we start adding the ones together. 5 plus 6. 5 plus 6. So 5 plus 6 equals what? Excellent. 5 plus 6 equals 11. So we have to draw 11 small square here. Then right here 11. Now let's add the tens together. 1 plus 1 equals what? Equals 2. Great job. So here also we have 2. As we mentioned before, the home of the ones is so small. Can I draw 11? No. Excellent. I will collect 10 small square from the ones. So let's collect them together. Yes, here I collect them together. I will cross them out and then I present them by what? Who can tell me? 10 ones equals? Excellent. 110. So guys, now how many remaining on the ones do we have on the small square? We have 1 small square. And how many rectangular bar do we have? Excellent. 3 rectangular bar. So let's represent sum of group number 2 here. 31. 3 rectangular bar on the tens and 1 small square and 1 small square on the ones. Then let's add now the sum of 1 with sum of 2 together. So here I have 4 on the tens and 3 on the tens. So 4 plus 3 equal 7. 0 plus 1 equals what, guys? Excellent, equals 1. So here I have 7 on the tens, 1 of the 1. So the final answer, which is 71. So when we have 4 addends, the first step I divide them in 2 groups. I divide the first group together, then add them together and write sum of group number 1. And add the second group together and write sum of group number 2. Then we add sum of group number 1 while sum group of number 2, then gives us the final answer. Thank you for watching and goodbye.